for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And on the sideline, Doris Burke. The fans are making noise here at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Oklahoma City Thunder getting settled in. Winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
Well, today they've got the opportunity to polish off a season sweep of the series. They've met twice. They've won each of those contests. So it's an opponent they match up with pretty well.
And now they've started to make noise in their heads, too. I mean, they definitely have the upper hand mentally after those first 2 wins. And if they can come out and establish an early lead, I think they might be able to put this one away quickly.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Washington. Nene down low with Gortat. Garrett Temple is out there with Wall. And it's Pierce in at the 3-second. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. On defense, Washington. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Guys, given their performance in that game, which was less than pretty, by the way, I had a hard time believing it wound up as close as it did.
Likewise, I feel the same way, Steve. I mean, when it was coming down the stretch, I was thinking, how in the heck are they still in this game? You got to be kidding me. You got the sense that it was never going to be their night.
Paul Pierce, a 16-year veteran, and last season his first not in a Celtics uniform. It took some getting used to, both for him and for us.
Now here's Durant. A 26-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
And his rebounding in that game, Kevin, just tremendous. He owned the boards.
For Washington, they've gone just one.
Oh, man, what a play.
That's not. Look, guys, you've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary for him.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he?
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
And Wall kicks to Temple. No luck. And the Thunder going the other way now. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with the win.
And I think everybody who was at that game would agree it was their defense that really won it for them.
Yeah, they were all over the place, flying all over the court on D. The kind of hustle that pays off big time for you.
And that one's good. Well, Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Westbrook. Nice shot from the wing. Westbrook's got his first bucket in this one.
He's so reliable. You know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team. It's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face. You look at the Thunder, they're really the epitome of patience. They build through the draft model, constructing a contender with consistency and just a solid approach every day. That's why they are year in and year out so tough to handle.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nick Collison's checked in for Burns. McGarry comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Andre Robertson. Tremendous stuff from a guy, Clark, we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move and 2 big points, too.
And for the Thunder and their success, of course, not just predicated on top picks, but, Clark, you've always talked about this, the right kind of top picks.
The fit is so important. They've had great success with their picks. There's no denying that, and it's not easy to make that happen, but they've got a tremendous front office that does their homework, knows what they want in terms of talent and character and fit. And then you've got to give a little nod to luck and fortune here. I mean, not all of it. I mean, some of it, you know, it's not always all science. There's a little art involved in this thing, too, that is paying off on the court.
Yeah, Yeah, they played with so much confidence, guys, especially in the second half.
I thought it was a case of them really knowing what they had to do and then going out there and doing it without making many mistakes.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Morrow comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Jackson in for Russell Westbrook. The Thunder with another miss.
It's still early, but they've started to establish themselves on the glass here.
Yeah, and that's due to their physical play. They're scrapping and clawing for each and every rebound out there.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Jackson dishes to Waiters. Offensive rebound. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam. No challenge from the defense there. Clark could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner, going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now.
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got my
And we resume our Valentine's Day broadcast. Glad to have you with us. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Pretty good start defensively. This club forced some mistakes and took advantage, and that's how they've built this lead.
And they've built the lead because not only have they forced turnovers, but they've taken care of the ball themselves. So that's a winning combination.
Jackson is out there with Andre Robertson. Then there's Perkins. Then there's Anthony Morrow. And it's Collison in the power forward. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Miller kicks to Porter. Back to Butler. Miller inside. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Clock is at 3. Seraphin kicks to Miller. Goes back up. Outside Butler. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. To the inside. Stolen by Collison. Here's Roberson. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Thunder head coach Scott Brooks really consistent with his message. It's all about defensive commitment and trusting your teammates at that end of the floor.
And the lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
The Wizards with the lead. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Here's where Oklahoma City sits in the NBA statistical standings right now. First in rebounding, third in blocks. And this is also what I would call a pretty solid offensive rebounding team. I mean, they've got a top 10 ranking in the second chance points category.
And probably what impresses me the most, Clark, out of all those stats you're talking about is the rebounds per game, because this is a team that has become very physical. They'll put a body on you, and they'll really dominate the paint if you don't stand up to the task and really attack them back.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Perkins. Durant comes in for Roberson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Jackson. And then for Washington, Gortat's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Webster comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And John Wall subbed in for Miller. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, there's no doubting that center Steven Adams came to the league ready to rumble. As Kendrick Perkins put it, he acts like he grew up on the farm chasing hogs. But Adams said it had more to do with growing up playing rugby. He said it was, quote, a combination of that and trying to survive against my brothers and sisters. Keep in mind, he's the youngest of 18 siblings, Kevin.
He doesn't mind taking some licks, Doris. He just keeps coming. Thank you. Waiters, he's checked in for Anthony Mark.
John Wall is becoming very efficient running the pick and roll. He got a nice pull-up from the right elbow if the defender decides to sag off or go under the screen, and if they play up on him, he can blow right by him. So because of his finishing ability, that's a tough cover.
Here's Durant. Rebound, Washington.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
And Butler, here we go. Nice fake with the layup off the mark.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And Wall has some good big men to work with running that pick and roll. Nene, very mobile. Steve, a great finisher.
Yeah, and of course, Marcin Gortat spent a couple of years running the pick and roll with Steve Nash in Phoenix. So, you know, he's had some pointers for Wall, too. All in all, you love to see the chemistry that has developed between all those players.
McGarry's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook with a wide open look. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Pierce kicks to Temple. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Temple's got his first bucket of the night.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
And it's Durant with the rebound. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Here's Waiters. Oh, and he can't cap off the break. They push it up 4 on 3. And Durant with the block.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Temple the pass to Gortat. That one goes. Count it. Gortat's got 6 points.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for the Thunder.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
Soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
You know, I got to say, Clark, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going to go.
We saw it in the